At the gym after this.
What was that? I know we're recording, but what did you say there as I pressed record? Sorry.
Oh, I just have the gym after this.
Yes. Yeah. I was reading there's like top five things people above their 40 should do. And I used to run the half marathons from '08 to 2016, and it was always a good time. And I should get back into that, but that's how it goes.
Yeah,
Good.
I've always wanted to run a marathon, but I don't know if I could survive
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, it's I had medical attention, I think in 2011 I was low on electrolytes, but I was kind of I not that I didn't train for it, but '08 I did not train. I will never do that again. Alrighty, so everybody's catching us mid-sentence, mid-conversation, but that's what happens. You want to finish before you want to finish the conversation even though you press record. But today I am joined by Kerri Einarson, curler out of the Gimli I was almost going to say Bible camp. I was a counselor there once, but you are out of the Gimli Curling Club,
Yeah.
and so yes, thanks so much for making the time and coming to tell your story. It's awesome. I just
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
Yeah,
I'm
for
excited.
sure. So how did you kind of create your love for curling? Happy birthday, by the way, belated.
Oh,
Uh,
thank you.
how did you kind of get your love for curling, kind of at that young age, and then we can kind of jump to 2010 maybe.
Yeah, I grew up in Clandeboye, and it's a rural community. There's so many, like there's not really much to do, but so everyone kind of just grew up in the curling club, and I grew up there with my mom always taking me to the curling rink. My dad didn't really curl much, but my mom definitely got my brother and I into it, and we played a lot of mixed spiels with her. My dad played a couple times, but he likes to just watch and criticize from behind the glass. And but yeah, we grew up. I started curling when I was 8 years old, and I just absolutely love the game. It's you create so many friendships along the way, and yeah, my brother and I played a ton together. We did not get along together, but we definitely supported each other with our junior women's teams and our junior men's teams, and yeah, we just took to the sport. And I grew up watching Colleen Jones, Cheryl Bernard, and all people who I idolized. And my uncle Greg, he was big into curling at that time too. And when he went on to win the Brier in 2000 and then the Worlds, I knew exactly what I wanted to do. I wanted to do the same thing that he's doing. And the definitely the game now has grown since then.
Yeah, it's kind of wild because Wikipedia will take you on this kind of chase, right? Like it's like, oh, everybody's very connected and everybody's at 6 degrees from separation. Like you've curled with the likes of Brad Gushu and
Mm-hmm.
and you were just at the Grand Slam event that happened recently, so you were hanging out with the McEwens and
Yeah.
so yeah, it has to be a lot of fun.
No, it for sure is. And such great memories and experiences. Like curling with Brad had taught me a whole lot. Like he's unreal. He's the best in the world. And he definitely helped with my touch game and a few other things. So yeah, just playing with different players and knowing different strategies, and it's pretty cool. To see that. And then having Don come on board and play with us in the slam, and then having Mike join us on the bench in different perspectives of the game too. And yeah, it's really neat to have such a great group around you.
So how long have you been like the skip? Were you a lead or were you a third or when did you say this is my rink and I'm bringing my in like Val Sweeney and people like that?
Yeah, I started off like in my younger age playing like third or lead, and then well my uncle skipped, so it's just something that I took to, and I really thought that I could be a really good leader. And I love the pressure of throwing that last stone and um, making those big shots when we need them. And But I couldn't make those big shots without my teammates. So either calling the line or sweeping. So always thanking them for having my back. And yeah, it was just something that I took to right away and wanted to skip. And then throughout my junior career, I had quite a few different teammates and teams. It was tough in juniors, and never got out of the province. Closest I got was losing a semi. So it was tough. But when I got out of juniors, well, we played in our very first Scotties here in Gimli, and I believe that was in 2008. And oh my God, it was such a great experience. And playing in front of my hometown crowd, and we did so well. I was super proud of the girls and myself. I think we went 4-3, just missing playoffs, and that's such a huge accomplishment. Keeping up with people who had been playing for numerous years, and then just out of juniors, I got on a team playing skipping like an older team with Susan Balea and Allison Harvey and Janice Blair. They were amazing. They knew the game so well, and they had all faith in me. And I really thank them for where I am today, because they definitely helped me grow as a player. They always told me they knew that I was going to be something someday, and I was like, yeah, whatever, you know. And here we are today, and so it's pretty amazing. And then I left that team to go play third. I thought, like, oh, let's change it up a little bit. And I enjoyed playing third, but I just love skipping. So I went back to skipping, and brought on a different team, and just came out of juniors with Selena, Kristen, and Liz. And yeah, we did really well for the years that we played together, and we got over those hurdles, and finally got to represent Manitoba at the Scotties, and we did incredibly well twice. So yeah, it's definitely every single time you step on the ice, it's a learning curve. You learn from all your big losses, and it definitely helps you grow as a person and as a player.
Definitely, right. And that's who you would say some of those mentors, right? Like in the workplace, hey, when the young guy comes in, I want to hand them down everything that I've learned, because I want them to be successful and that sort of thing. So that's big.
Also, like, even coaches back in the day, I know Patty Wuthrich came on board and to coach us, and she's definitely a mentor of mine. She always had my back, and she's always there for me. And anytime I needed her to come hold the broom, and she was always there. So I can't thank her enough too.
Yeah, that's so good, right? And yeah, so I mean, as I was what you're saying, getting out of the province, right? Like there was a Chelsea Carey that went to Alberta, and Jennifer Jones, when she made that shot at the Scotties in 05 on that race takeout, it was kind of, she ascended there. Yeah, so to get out of it, and then you represented Manitoba at the Scotties in 2020 in Moose Jaw there. And winning that, I still remember the emotion that you had. That was huge, and for many reasons, and I'll let you explain, because you were there.
Yeah, definitely. Even before 2020, though, like playing in that wild card game and playing in 2018 in that final against Jennifer Jones, and that was a memorable time too. That during the round robin was the first time we ever beat her, and I think like 20 games or something crazy like that. So finally getting over that hurdle, and yeah, and then losing to her in the final, it was tough, but I knew that we'd definitely be back. And so the following year created a team of all skips. I took a gamble, and I definitely think it paid off. We've achieved a lot in these 7 years that we've been together. It was a learning curve right from the start. We got hot out of the gates and winning a lot of events, but then we didn't get to the Scotties. That was tough. But again, we learned from those tough losses and those mistakes that we had made in those games, and it makes you even stronger. So then going into 2020, we knew exactly what we needed to do individually and as a team. And we really put it together that week. And it was an unbelievable feeling to finally win a Scotties. It was a dream come true. And I still remember my emotions, my reactions, the feeling. It will always stay with me. So yeah, when we went into that extra end, I just remember taking a deep breath and, okay, just bring your sweepers into play, make it a team shot. And sure enough, the girls put it right on the button. And yeah, it was pretty amazing.
Yeah, that Moose Jaw crowd, yeah, they were excited,
Yeah.
and then to be interviewed after that, so you have all these emotions and just kind of now you're in front of Canada, and I vaguely remember it. How was that?
Oh my gosh, I had goosebumps the whole time, and just excitement, and seeing all my family and friends in the stands, and Kyle and Chloe and Cameron coming down, giving me a big hug afterwards. Yeah, it means so much to be able to have your support crew there, and you definitely felt the cheers, and yeah, we definitely fed off of that crowd and the excitement afterwards and the celebrating. It's all fun.
Right. And then you had a chance to go to the Worlds, and then we all know what happened with COVID.
Yeah, that was definitely extremely tough times for us, especially Val and I, because we've always come so close, and we finally get over that hurdle, and then that was thrown at us. So her and I were pretty devastated, like as were the others. But for her and I to like finally make it, and then it's like, oh my God, COVID, like that's a thing. Like, holy crap.
Yeah.
And it shut down the world for like 2 years. So like, yeah. And then we went on to win 3 more times after that. And it was still in the COVID era. So we never really got the true experience of being at a Worlds. And to finally get that opportunity, and when we went to Sweden, it was amazing. That was like a first time for us, and to actually have like a whole bunch of fans in the stands. And I guess we did in Prince where was that one?
Was that Prince George?
Prince George? Yeah, I was gonna say Grenfell.
It was supposed to be in Prince George in 2020, and then it was
yes.
in 2022.
So Prince George, it went back there, and it was still kind of in the bubble, but with our family was still there, so it was great. It's such amazing experiences during those tough times. But yeah, we grinded through those, and yes, we brought home 2 bronze, and we definitely want to get back to that world stage and bring home gold for Canada.
Yeah. So speaking of world stage, when are the Olympic trials happening?
The Olympic trials are happening in November of next year.
Okay.
So we're definitely gearing up for that. I know it looks a little different right now as we're juggling different players, and but that just shows how determined we are and how gritty, and it's testing us for anything that's thrown at us. We can definitely deal with. So just making us stronger as individuals and players.
Yeah. I mean, when I think about that, right, I can't help but think of the Sandra Schmirlers from Nagano in '98. And then you had, Jennifer Jones again, and that sort of thing too. So where are the trials even happening?
They're in Nova Scotia. So it's nice to head out east. It's so beautiful out there. And I know hopefully we get our trial spot. We haven't gotten it nailed down yet, but yeah, it'll be amazing to play in another trials. That will be our second as a team. I believe that'll be Val's fourth, and mine, Brianne, and Shannon's first or second. So yeah, definitely playing in the trials 4 years ago was nerve-wracking, and so we definitely know what that feels like now and what to expect.
I mean, yeah, I mean, if you know, maybe the East Coast is a bit of a good luck, right? You were just there for the Grand Slam, so
Absolutely.
in Charlottetown,
Yes.
yes, absolutely, totally good. Some superstitions that Kerri Einarson has.
Oh, I got a few. So if we're on a winning streak, I don't change my hair. My hair goes into the same style. I don't change my shirt, and my socks. So those are kind of my superstitions. And just like taking the same route to the curling club, and so I got a few.
Yeah, that's good. I years ago, when we first moved back to Manitoba, as a family, there was the Tom and Joe from 92 City FM. It was Tom and Joe Lugan limited T-shirt, and then people wouldn't stop wearing the shirt for so many days, and there was a contest. So can't help but think of that. I always got the volume going on when I'm watching a sporting events. Game day kind of preparations that you do as well.
Um, well, depending on like what time our game is at, but yeah, usually just get up, get ready, or have a good breakfast. We get Airbnbs, so we take turns kind of who makes what in the mornings, and or we all just kind of cook our own thing.
Mhm.
But yeah, just eating a good breakfast. For myself, that is the turkey bacon or bacon and eggs. Not something like overly heavy before a game, a morning game. But if it's an afternoon game, like just having like a good breakfast and then a little snack before a game. And then, yeah, get ready to go to the rink. We just listen to, well, we were listening to like really sad country, like sappy songs at the slam. And we had to keep it that way. We're like, nope. And then Mike drove in the vehicle with us on the way to our the final, and he's like, oh my god, you guys have been listening to this the whole time, like this is totally different from what our team listens to. I was like, yep, it's working, you know, keeps the heart rate down, doesn't get too fired up, and it worked.
So I got friends in low places, and I mean, there's some other ones going through my head, but anyhow.
Yeah, basically that. Yeah. The oldies country that I absolutely love. I'm huge into country, and I like a little bit of everything, but definitely a country girl.
That's good. Right on. What is your kind of favorite arena to play in, curling wise? Is there a favorite spot? I know Calgary there, they're not in the Saddle Dome, they're at a different location, or not look to you?
I don't know if I have like a specific arena that I love to play at. Definitely I love playing out east though. Like it's just so beautiful, especially early, like in September, October, November even. So then you can really tour around outside and get to see all their beautiful scenery and whatnot. But yeah, definitely out east is beautiful.
Yeah, good, good. What does the next few months look like for you?
Well, for us going forward, I'm not really sure about lineup yet, so that's still up in the air. But we have an event at the Saville next weekend,
Mhm.
and just like a little event to get us prepared for the slam, get us on the ice. So, and then right after that, we go to Nisku and just outside of Edmonton for the Grand Slam event. So, yeah, we've been practicing quite a bit, Kristen and I. So, and then we had a good training week last week in Saskatoon. We went there for a couple days. Everyone kind of met in the middle. We had Shannon join us, and yeah, it was great to have us all together and get in some good solid practice.
Yeah, that's the thing people don't always see, right? Like
Yeah.
they see kind of the 1 week, and you know, with Rick Rhoda there, and they you know, Brian Mudrick, and they do their thing, and then you know, the team show up. But there's a lot of stuff that happens behind the scenes. Let's not kid ourselves, and you're explaining.
Oh, absolutely.
So speaking of broadcasters,
Mhm.
who is kind of your favorite broadcaster? Is it the Vic Routers? Is it the Brian Mudrick?
Uh,
Um, the female announcer from Manitoba, who I can't remember right now.
Kathy.
Kathy Gauthier, sorry.
Yeah.
I try to be
Uh,
quick. Yeah.
yeah, I definitely, Brian and Kathy are great. Like we love them all, and it's nice having Jen up in the booth now. Like she knows a lot about the game, and she's been around for years. And I think she'll be a great addition. And even for the slams, having Brent announcing, he's fun to listen to. They're I know they shoot some digs at everyone. I know I ran into him in the hallway. I was like, "Don't be so hard on me, Brent." And he's like, "Well, more curling shots, Kerri." I was like, "Good point." It's sometimes nice to see the sense of humor and stuff like that and things, and keep it light. And yeah, so I think I like a little everyone. I don't have anyone specific.
Hey, that's a great answer. Where do you kind of see curling going in the next 10, 15 years? If anything, to me, it's getting more popular, but how do you see it through your eyes?
Yeah, it's definitely getting popular. We're trying to, I know for the Grand Slams, they're trying different things to make it more of a party atmosphere, and that's amazing. The karaoke and doing things like that, drawing the crowd in. I love all those things, and get everyone kind of excited to come and watch curling. It's fun, and I know like I'm not just saying that because I love the sport, but it really is. And our sport is so unique. Like you get, not every sport has the athletes wear mics. You get to see us up close and personal, like dealing with being a competitive athlete, like right up close, and what we our minds think like, and how hard we can be on ourselves. Like when I swear after a missed shot, like I'm really hard on myself because I feel like I'm letting myself down and my team down when I don't make a shot. And I know some people think outside, like watching, it's, oh my God, like why do they have to be like that? Or, because we're athletes. And
Right.
I'm sure if hockey players, volleyball players, if any other players or like sports had mics on, they would be hearing the exact same thing. So I think that our sport for curling is very vulnerable in that sense, and it's paints a target on us sometimes. And like, but we're athletes. We don't like to lose. We are there to win.
Well, and to that point, right? Like my wife and I, we started watching the NHL series behind the scenes, and McDavid loses it. Like, am I naive to think that he doesn't lose it? Well, of course he loses it. And
Absolutely.
when people get on here, oh, can I swear? I'm like, well, just don't swear at me. Like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, as long as it's not every other word,
Yeah.
right? Because that's that competitive juice. And if you're not competitive, then maybe find something else. I don't know.
Find something else to
Right.
do. Yeah, like
Right.
I love that competitiveness in any athlete, and the drive to win, and to be the best in the world. And if you don't have that, then don't play a sport.
Yeah, and this is the thing, right? Like with Manitoba, it's just like there's a lot of good happening in Manitoba, and I feel like the layers, the onions of the layer, are just peeling off here. And
Mhm.
yeah, it's huge, right? So that tradition of curling and that sort of thing, it just kind of keeps going. I hope Steinbach hosts the Scotties one day. I'm just throwing it out there.
Yeah, that would
We
be.
now have the building to.
Yeah, and like I want to pass this down to my girls. They absolutely love the game, and I know here it's growing in Gimli. We have a great curling program, and yeah, they're going to be joining their first little league on Thursdays here, and I'll help coach them. And yeah, like they have the drive, and I know, like, say after a tough loss, the girls always say to me, "Mom, are you okay?" I'm like, I will be. I learned from it, and now I'm going to come out even stronger at the next one. So they even get it too, and they get that like losing is part of the sport, but how do you get over it, and how do you become better? So And I can see that in them, they have that drive.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you, kind of that work-life balance, like honestly, because I'm in sales, it's up and down. But when I come home, I got to be good. And so, and to that point, right, as you say, obviously you have found that, you've learned that.
Yeah, it's a tough balance, being away so much from my family, and it's challenging. But they definitely support me, and thank God for FaceTime, because I FaceTime the girls all the time, and we always chat, and so it's good. But they know, like, when I'm going away it's part of my job, so it's just like if I had an everyday Monday to Friday job and I had to travel for it, right? So for this is something that I absolutely love, and it's very fun. So I'm very honored that I am able to do this and do something like this. And we wouldn't be able to do that without any of our sponsors as well. Like, we have so many amazing sponsors that I can't thank enough for helping us chase our dreams.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Do you want to speak about that necklace around your neck?
Oh yes,
Yeah.
my Scotties necklace.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't even put my ring on.
I was reading a bit about it, and then I saw you wear it. So yeah.
Yeah. So the Scotties necklace, you get it for the first time you go to the Scotties, you get the Scotties emblem, and every other time you go to the Scotties, you get a little diamond also put into it. So we only got one because we've been Team Canada the last 4 years. So and then the other times just wild card, or so you don't get anything for that. And then when you win the Scotties, or you place like first, second, or third, you get a ring. And each year you win, the ring gets bigger. So the diamond inside. They're definitely, I wear them every single day, so I don't take them off other than my ring right now. But yeah, it's something that I cherish, and I love that I have that. And now the girls are gonna one day have to fight over it.
Good, good. So the Scotties are coming up again. The older I get, faster time goes. So that's coming up in March in Thunder Bay.
Yes.
I think one of my coworkers will be there.
It's actually in February. Early February?
Yes, early February. Boy, I'm getting the dates all wrong. I do apologize. I'm usually better. So early February, post Super Bowl or pre Super Bowl?
I think it's after the Super Bowl.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah. Super Bowl's February 9th. Okay.
Okay, yeah, it's after it then.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. TV attention.
Yeah.
So yeah, that'll be definitely an exciting event, great exposure for teams, and obviously you're planning to be there.
Yeah. And it's in Thunder Bay, and we had one a couple years ago there. So yeah, it'll be nice to go back. And when we played there, we weren't allowed fans or anything, except for the last day. Our families drove out for it, and we're allowed to come watch the finals. So that was pretty special to be able to have them there. So now hopefully this year we can have the whole place packed.
Good. Right on. Yeah, that's huge, right? And again, sports with fans makes a whole difference, right? So
absolutely.
It's I have memories of the bubble, and even junior hockey games. It was like 50 in the arena, with the map. But we're so glad we're past those times.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Yeah, I definitely don't want to go back to that bubble era. That was no fun.
Oh, yeah.
Some dark times.
Yeah, it kind of was, but brighter days are definitely ahead.
Yeah.
I think that's all I got today. Was there anything else that you would want to cover here, Kerri? If I've missed anything, I do try my best.
I would love to just thank all of our sponsors. Kubota has been with us for quite some time now. Manitoba Métis Federation has also been with us for quite a while. Wolf Strata, Manitoulin, Remax, Hardline, Runback, that stuff for pain. We can definitely use that since now I'm getting older and feeling those aches and pains. And pets. Yeah, like I said, truly appreciate all their support, and we couldn't do this without them.
Yeah, that's so good. Yeah, when you say older, right? It's just yeah, one of those
Yeah.
things that I chuckle a bit, but yeah, it's all good.
Yeah. But the nice thing with curling is that you can curl to however old you want to be. And so it's nice that way.
Yeah, it's if I think about it, right, you have, you know, the Howards that have carried on, and Glenn Howard, Russ Howard. Russ Howard was key with the Gushu team in 06.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, like you say, you're never too old.
Yeah, exactly. Hopefully I'll be able to one day maybe curl with Chloe and Cameron.
That's true.
I might be washed up by then, but
well, they can look it up on Wikipedia. So I mean, you are
That's
an
true.
you are an 80, you are an 87, and I remember the Calgary Olympics like it was yesterday with Elizabeth.
Yeah.
So good deal. Well, right on. Thanks, Kerri, again for making the time. All the best at the gym this afternoon, and I love your background. It's great.
Yeah, you gotta love those Rangers, and well, Team Einarson.
Yes, that's New York Rangers.
Yes.
Okay, alrighty.
We are Rangers fans in this household.
So 1994.
Yep.
Okay, the things you learn on this podcast is great. And
Yeah.
Kerri, if you ever want to come on again, I'd love to have you on again.
Yeah, of course. Anytime.
Okay, appreciate it. All the best. Take care.
Okay, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.